Hey, 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 welcome back to Feminine Success TV. I am your host, Yaya Smith. I'm so energized to be with you all today. This live is going to be a super quick live. What time is it? 11:42. This is going to be a super quick live today because I am headed out to lunch with a friend and just to get some of this good spring weather. If where you are is warm, congratulations. Make sure that you get outside, get you some fresh air today, get in touch with nature. And that's what we're talking about today. Not necessarily nature as in the outdoors, but nature as in your inside. So, today's conversation is how to ignite your feminine side. And I am, for those of you who have no idea who I am, I'm Yaya Smith. I'm the founder of Feminine Success. I am always energized to talk about femininity, masculinity, relationships, how we apply femininity as a skill set, not just an idea, to our entire lives, from your home life to your work life to your relationships. So, if you didn't know who I am, that's who I am. That's what I do. You can find me everywhere at Feminine Success. I am the founder of Feminine Success School, which is a wonderful coaching program full of women who are invested in strengthening their femininity, who are invested in not only strengthening their feminine side, but they understand that femininity is an asset to them. They understand that it is what is missing in our world today, and they're ready to return to their power as women. So if that's you, if you are ready, go ahead and type ready in the comments, even if you are watching the replay. So we're going to get into it. How to ignite your feminine side. I could definitely tell you, get in the mirror and put on some makeup, wear your favorite fragrance. Those things are wonderful. And I won't talk about how those things are actually the masculine side of beauty. We're not going to get into that today. If you want to get into that, then you definitely want to join me inside of one of my programs where I go super, super deep. But right now, we're going to talk about something that a lot of the femininity conversation leaves out when it comes to enhancing, growing your feminine side. So, in order to ignite your feminine side, you're going to need to do one thing first. This is like the most foundational piece of igniting your feminine side that you will not hear anywhere else. You're going to need to make friends with your masculine side. You're going to need to make friends with your masculine. I know everybody in the world is telling you that if you want to be a more feminine woman, you need to turn off your masculine side. You need to step out of your masculine. But here's the thing, what really has to happen is that you've got to make friends with your masculine side. Everybody, every human being has duality within them. So you have some feminine traits, you have some masculine traits. You have feminine power, you have masculine power. It exists in all things. In order for your feminine side to feel safe, to feel able to flourish, to actually be ignited. If you think about igniting something, you're lighting it ablaze. You're turning the fire up. You're turning the fire on. In order for that feminine side to not live in the fear of, well, if I turn on my feminine, then everything is going to fall apart. Then you're kind of in your feminine, but you're seeking out a masculine source to give you that sense of safety that allows you to live in your feminine, that allows you to stay in that zone, so that you are not the woman who is saying, I can only be feminine when I have a man around, or I can only be feminine as much as men are masculine around me. So that you're not becoming that woman whose power depends on someone outside of yourself. Excuse this disrespectful 18 wheeler that's driving past right now. But so that you are not the woman who your power depends on someone else showing up in their power. What you'll need to do is make friends with your masculine side. This means making sure that you have the systems in place that you need. You have the structures in place that you need to make sure that you can inhabit and operate in your softness, that you can actually create and sustain a life of ease. I see so many people saying, Black women deserve ease. Brown women deserve ease. We deserve luxury. We deserve a life that doesn't require us to struggle and suffer and all of those things. That is true. And it also requires a masculine foundation. It requires not a man. I didn't say a man. It requires you being able to connect with and make an ally of your masculine. Now, what a lot of women are doing is living in their masculine, and that becomes a problem. When you are living in you're living behind this guard, this wall that you have built that is supposed to protect your softness, but really it becomes almost like a callus or a scab over your softness. When you hear people say you need to step out of your masculine, you need to turn down your masculine, they're talking about the protective measures that you have put in place that have come from a place of fear, the defensive measures that have been put in place that have come from a place of fear. What I'm talking about when I say you've got to make friends with your masculine side in order to ignite your feminine is that you've got to make friends with the part of yourself that creates the security, that creates the structure, that creates the safety that the feminine needs in order to thrive. Okay, so you have got to make sure that while you are pursuing your feminine power, you are not diminishing the masculine parts of yourself that have actually created a foundation for you. All right. So, as a married woman, I can say I definitely stepped into marriage thinking my husband was going to create the masculine uh, zone that my feminine could live inside of. And while he has done that, that has not created the level of security and safety that I actually needed because it actually had to come from inside. This is why you hear so many women who have gotten everything that they want and still are not fulfilled, who have gotten the husband, who've had the children, who've built the career, all of these things because they are seeking outside of themselves for power. They're seeking outside of themselves for safety. They're seeking outside of themselves for security. In order to ignite your feminine side, you've got to create that safety from within. Because what will happen is someone else has the power to give and take what your feminine side needs to thrive. It's almost like depending on the grocery store in the middle of a famine. We know masculinity is suffering right now. So why would we depend on structures, systems, people outside of ourselves to create that when really what is not suffering, what, or shall I say, the suffering that you have control over, the suffering that you have some say in is what you are experiencing. What you can flip on its head is what's going on inside of yourself. And so the idea that in order to be a feminine woman, you need to uh, get rid of your masculine, you need to depend on a man, that is not true. That's not true at all. And really, you diminish your feminine power by putting yourself in that position because no one can understand where your spirit is moving you. The feminine is all about spontaneity, creativity, freedom, movement. And if you place that expansive energy in the hands of someone who wants to keep it in a box, you will no longer be safe. You're not safe to spread out. You're not safe to connect. You're not safe to create. And so you've got to look at what does my masculine side look like? What are my masculine strengths? What are my masculine traits? What are my feminine strengths? What are my feminine traits? If you have not joined us in the ease experience, there's a full on guide, interactive guide that walks you through discovering these things about yourself. So if you haven't discovered that, now is the time to. It's spring. Spring has finally sprung. Now is the time to be looking into your life, spring cleaning your life, asking yourself, what are the things that have worked? What are the things that have not worked? What are the traits that I actually enjoy about myself? I meet so many women on this feminine journey who are like, I'm hearing everybody say that I need to get rid of these masculine aspects about myself, but those are things that I actually like. Those are things that have actually worked for me. Those are things that have supported me. If you want to ignite your feminine side, you've got to make friends with your masculine side. You've got to make friends with the side of yourself that provides safety, structure, and security for that feminine side to have the freedom, the expansiveness, and the creativity that it needs to flourish. So, I said I'm not going to keep y'all long today. I have to go finish getting dressed. I do have lunch with a friend today. I might take y'all along in my stories on Instagram. So go follow me over there if you are not. I am Feminine Success on all platforms. I go live about just about every Wednesday night, but last night, if y'all have missed it, if you haven't turned on your news, we had a tornado here in New Orleans, and my husband and I, especially I, am the type of person I can't see people struggling and not help. So yesterday was full of all the things, and I was pooped by the time I got here last night. But usually I'm live on Wednesday nights at 8:30. If you are not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go subscribe there. There are tons of great videos, from what is femininity to building relationship to all the things, parenting. I share everything that works for me. So if you're interested, go follow on YouTube. I'm Feminine Success on all channels, the Twitters, the Pinterests, the everywhere. So you can follow me all over the internet and say hello, because I love to socialize. I love to chat. I do respond to comments. I don't really respond to DMs. So there's that. Unless you're asking how we can work together, and then I'll send you a link. But other than that, glad you all are safe. Yes, we are. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. There are a couple of comments. This is so needed. I'm so glad you are getting what you needed. For those of you who are joining late and who might have missed the information today, make sure that you watch the replay. It's super fast. It's not a long live today. I'm about to head out for lunch. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thank y'all so much for your time today. Get out and feel the breeze, feel the sun on your skin. That is also a part of igniting your feminine side. If you're telling yourself, I don't have time, you're always going to be stuck in that hard, immovable masculine. Get some movement into your day, get some fresh air into your day, some sunshine into your day. Get out into nature and do something spontaneous. All right, even if it's just hitting a quick twirl. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have an amazing day and an amazing weekend ahead. Peace.